Thanks again for being a part of our virtual family every day.
As exciting as a plate full of bacon, possibly. Let's see who can finish theirs first. Ready? And I've even given you a head start. Start with a plate of bacon and a cute little baby. We're not sure how long the baby's going to be here, though. Is that me? Am I?
Yeah,
Is that the voice in my head? Y'all see. I think it might be. What is really going on here? Am I talking? Is that me?
Oh, no, I think that was me. I had an extra tab open and I left the video.
Oh, way to go. Extra tab guy. One in the Hangout. Congratulations.
I was looking around thinking, man, who's got the extra tab open? Come on, dude.
Extra tab guy. This is for you. We don't know how long Jedi is going to last, and Diana may be popping out. Well, maybe a little bit. Yeah, okay. You can hang out as long as you want. I'm going to talk to the guys. Do you mind? Okay, I'm gonna turn my attention back this way. So you've met Randy, extra tab guy. How about we flip over to Unboxing John, which, you know, as soon as I figured out why you have that handle, it's genius. It's absolutely genius.
Well, thank you very much. I'll say, for those who don't know, I don't really unbox products on my channel. I unbox myself. I keep my clothes on.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I don't keep my clothes on at times. We really don't have an agenda. We'll be taking Q&A live. Liz is here, and she's going to be helping populate questions so that I can see them and possibly moderate them. But even though I know I have plenty of grease on my lips right now, plenty of bacon fat, you can always brush your lips with bacon 2 times a day. It makes for the world's most amazing kisses, right? Am I right?
I don't know about that.
Well, I do.
But I'm not a huge fan of bacon. But that bacon right there is really good.
Yeah, because it's bacon that you made.
Yeah.
So I don't need the extra balm, but I thought we'd finally give this a shot. I got this the other day. I put a link in the video description. Sorry, our band was kind of weird. Was I breaking up there?
Yeah.
Okay. The lip balms here. I saw them the other day, and they had them on sale. And so they're just about, I don't know if this is every possible Pepsi flavor, but I just could not pass this up. So we're going to be testing this and doing our best to balm ourselves up and answer questions. And in the meanwhile, Randy, what is it that you usually vlog about?
We vlog about our daily lives, and honestly, just anything that happens during those day-to-day moments. Sometimes we try to think of fun adventures to go on in which we think people will be interested in. And we've recently kind of opened up all of our, I guess, our vlogs to the fact that we are trying to conceive a child. And we've been trying for 2 years, actually. And we've kind of, you know, things just haven't been working. So we decided to just open that up to our community and just tell them about it and gain support through it. And honestly, like, it's just been overwhelming, the support. All the people who have just been so nice, leaving comments. It's really overwhelming.
Well, it's a good thing to know that you're not alone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's probably one of the bigger values of vlogging sometimes, even though it seems that you're alone, and you are certainly on your own. But, you know, when you're connecting with a wider community, sometimes the mundane things that you do or that you're going through, you don't realize that those processes, other people experience them as well.
Yeah.
And John, how do you usually, quote-unquote, unbox yourself?
Very slowly. Now, my vlog series is to my future self. I have trouble talking to a large group of people and understanding what interests them, so I decided to make the videos to myself in the future, and then I don't have to think about what's interesting because I'm interested in it, so I'll talk about it. And it's what life is like now for me to think about later.
Yeah. You know, it's strange. I didn't realize that the vlogging would become as much of a time capsule as it has. It's probably one of the bigger values. Yeah, I feel it.
I feel like, you know, if we could watch it, if you could watch a vlog of your parents when they were young, if you could, well, that's like kind of like the whole theme of Back to the Future, or like if you could watch a vlog from when the country was founded, that would be historical. So like what we're doing now, at some point, will be historical. Anyways, I didn't mean to get all.
No, that's actually really
right
cool.
away.
I think that's one of the reasons why I think I like vlogging, if only because I know when she grows up, if she wants to, she can watch. If not, she doesn't have to. No one's forcing her.
Mm-hmm.
The label says sealed. I don't know if you can read it because the resolution of these Hangouts is horrible. Sealed for your protection, because I need to be protected from not mug root beer, but the flavor of mug root beer. So let's go ahead and inhale.
Be careful. Be very careful.
Oh, you're right. It got stuck on my nose. Oh, it's on your lips now. Ah.
What are you gonna do first?
It doesn't smell like root beer at all.
Really?
Well,
you didn't let me smell it.
Oh, sorry. Smell my lips.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing like root beer.
It smells like ordinary lip balm. Like
No, I'm trying to
original.
Honey, I can't smell my own lips. This is going to be a problem.
Yeah, no.
No.
The taste?
Taste isn't bad. It's sweet. It's sweet. And just so everybody knows, the ingredients list is not extensive, but it includes phenoxyethanol. Isn't that the enemy in Age of Ultron that's coming up?
No, but that's very moisturizing.
No, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I didn't watch it.
He was Gamora's adopted father.
I didn't watch it.
All right, so that was the mug. So that's a pass. What do you need, baby?
Oh, the rag.
Oh, you need to.
Can I do the next one first?
Yes. I damped a rag. Can I say that? I damped a rag.
Good idea.
So that we can unchap ourselves or rechap ourselves.
That was very moisturizing.
You almost like exploded these all over the place. Okay, next. As I look for questions.
Pepsi Wild Cherry.
This is one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in terms of pop flavor.
Well, I don't mean to cause any controversy, but
Yes, she does. All the time.
my favorite Coke cherry.
Okay, while we try this, we've got a question. What about vlogging podcast, Unboxing John? In one of your vlogs, you attended a Comic-Con. Oh, I did too. Which one did you go to?
I went to Wizard World.
Oh,
So,
okay.
not Comic-Con, but Wizard World down in Louisville.
Right. I was at San Diego Comic-Con a few years ago. I was vlogging at that time.
Oh,
That was with Matthew.
mother of all
one vlog
cons.
I'm sorry. You attended a Comic-Con. Talk about the future of vlogging. Do you think vlogger cons will be as omnipresent as Comic-Cons in the future?
ooh, maybe they'll be the same in the future. That would be just too awesome. That Comic-Con, actually, I got to ask Jason Momoa what superhero he was going to play. And he totally dodged it. That would be so cool. In fact, I've had a few vlogs where I talk about how cool it would be to have a Midwest version of Vlogger Fair.
It would be a possibility, I will tell you that.
Well, my house is open to you. We can get like 10 people.
Awesome.
I smell a hint of cherry.
I think that would be so awesome if they were centralized and all that. People love cons anyways.
Yeah, they do. It's a challenge. So you don't see a future, I mean, like, I know a YouTube event, but like beyond like a Vlogger Fair, would you see something like that?
I see it attached to like social cons and things like that. It's interesting because right now it's so new and it's so interesting. Like Blogger Fair, I see it as it grows and all that. I know somebody's going to want to steal your idea and put one over here.
Well, but that's why I said don't rule it out, because one of my ideas is not Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was gonna say. You want to say it? Okay, you say it. Oh, now you get shy. So one of my thoughts originally was franchising it, such that you could take the Vlogger Fair brand and bring it to wherever you were, because I think that there's a certain formula that I enjoy, that I like, and being able to keep it small and personal, interpersonal, so that I can bring it back to, because I had Gnome Decks started in the Midwest. It started in Iowa, and trying to bring that back for nerdy and geeky YouTubers. But yeah, Vlogger Fair largely for the vlogging stuff. Yeah, so I'll have to watch if you did a vlog on Comic-Con or one of the cons, I like watching those things, if only because of the cosplaying.
Oh yeah, I've got 3. Dean Cain, Jason David Frank. It was a lot of. Oh, I actually got to meet Sean Astin. Like first thing, we're like going up the escalator. This is my first con ever, so I'm thinking, I'll get to meet everybody. Little did I know you don't
Yeah.
No.
really get to like get up there and like unless you're paying a lot of money. But my daughter Ella had written a card for him because she watches Special Agent Oso. And first thing when I get on the escalator, I'm like, is that Rudy? Is that Samwise Gamgee? And so I gave him the card. It's on there,
Did you see video?
I got it on video, yeah. It's on my channel.
Okay, good. Did you see Video Game the movie? I'm horrible, by the way. I interrupt all the time.
Not yet. Not yet. Video Game the movie. Sorry, it was the Hangout doing a thing. I haven't seen it. It's in my queue.
You have to watch it, because Sean, he hosts it.
Oh, cool.
And there's a special surprise during the credits.
I will watch that. I will watch that this week, I promise.
Have to. Now. Sorry, again, I apologize. This isn't an interview, it's a hangout. And anybody who ever hangs out with me knows that I interrupt all the time. And I don't mean to. I'm Italian, so it's like a part of... I get too excited, and I'm listening. I am. I'm going to watch your vlog, and I'm going to share it, just to show you how sorry I am for interrupting your flow.
No, I appreciate that so much. Hey, I'm just happy to be here.
Well,
I'm like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
To try, I was trying to have the segue. This it smelled and tasted like wax.
I like the color, though.
Oh, yeah, the color's red. It's an amazing color.
Pretty.
Yeah. But, as a lip balm, it is a lip balm, no doubt about that. But that's about all it is, because am I right?
Yeah. So far,
strike 2.
I'm waiting for a good one.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to be waiting for a while longer here. Your lips are very pretty, Chris. Who asked that? That's not even a question.
Yeah.
I asked that, actually. That was me.
Oh, it was Randy. Randy's trolling.
No, that was me.
Even. I have even red lips. All right, this is Mountain Dew Voltage. This is a thing?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Voltage is awesome. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It smells like ladies' perfume. Tell me I'm wrong.
It doesn't taste that way. I promise you.
Oh, this one smells good.
Ladies' perfume. It smells like, yes, it smells like ladies' perfume.
I smell cotton candy.
Yes, it does smell like cotton candy to me. The drink does.
No. This is not cotton candy.
I am a soda expert.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm a lip balm expert, and I'm telling you, this does not... I'm a super taster. That's my problem.
I love the color. That's pretty.
Yeah.
I like this one.
It tastes sweet. I don't know where you're getting cotton candy from, though.
I don't know.
It smells like ladies' perfume. It doesn't taste like ladies' perfume. Not that I've had ladies' perfume before.
I like this one, though.
And this is what's going to happen here in a Hangout. So, Randy, what's the nerdiest thing you've ever done?
Well, I mean, my day-to-day is pretty nerdy. I'm a freelance web developer, so I'm always on the web, always making websites day-to-day. As far as the nerdiest thing that I've ever done, I think that would have to be back when they had GeoCities and just started making web pages as a 13-year-old who had nothing better to do than make a website. And you know what? I'll just be completely honest with you, Chris. Just because you asked, what's the nerdiest thing I've done? And I have not actually shared this with like any of my community, I guess you would say, but like the first website I ever made was a Gundam Wing website. Yep, which is an old anime that I used to watch back when I was a teenager. That's pretty nerdy, right?
Yeah, dude, that is like nerdy. Hello. Any kind of fan page. I had a fan page once, too.
Oh, yeah. That's how I learned to do HTML, was writing up old, I guess, shows like that, information on them, even though no one wanted to know the information I knew because I just ripped it from some other site. So
that's how the web used to be.
Yeah.
All right,
I had no original content to add.
neither did I. My
Yeah.
Weird Al fan page was a series of links. That's all it was. I just used the marquee tag and made them zigzag at different speeds, so they're
There you
eventually,
go.
like, they were all over the page, just flying all around. It was crazy. That was my Weird Al fan
Those were
page.
the days.
It'd be cool if you could time them so that when they line up, it's like the actual lines of the song, only for a split
Yeah,
second.
that was too much for me. I remember I was optimizing for like links. Yeah, that's how old I am. Okay, this is Livewire, Mountain Dew Livewire.
I've never tried that one.
It smells like fake fruit. I don't know.
After this, we have to go out and buy the actual soda and try all of them because I've never tried this.
Yeah, but are people gonna watch those videos?
Yeah.
But they're old now.
they're.
You can't drink old soda.
I love anything orange. Okay.
So far, Diana's in love with the color. When
But it's funny because the color doesn't actually translate onto her lips.
no, at all. It's very balmy. I'm getting more waxiness
Me too.
than any kind of flavor on that one.
Tell me they got Crystal Pepsi in there.
No! Oh, I loved Crystal Pepsi. That was my drink in
I've
college.
never heard of that.
How you never? You
idea.
can't. They don't make it anymore,
Oh,
sweetie.
they don't?
No.
Well,
It-
tell me about it.
Okay, it was Pepsi. Well, it wasn't. It didn't exactly taste like Pepsi, but it was Pepsi without the caramel, the color. So it was clear. It looked like 7-Up, but it was
Oh.
Pepsi. So it had a cola taste, but was
I
clear.
think I remember something like that.
I loved Crystal Pepsi. Oh my god, I loved it.
It was like 93.
Oh my god, I can't believe I know someone now who remembers Crystal Pepsi.
Oh, I wonder why they stopped it.
See now, Randy. Crystal Pepsi existed before you were born.
No, really?
Everybody was doing Crystal soft drinks, pure soft drinks in the.
No. It's crazy, dude. I remember Crystal Pepsi like it was yesterday. I'd kill to try that again. Is she ready?
Oh,
She about had it.
She's about had it.
Okay, but this is the cherry vanilla Pepsi we're about to try.
Ooh,
This
that
is the
one's
one
a good
Diana
one.
wanted. All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you get the first
Yeah, that was
vanilla.
1992 and 93. I was born by then. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was born.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was in college. I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, you ready?
Oh, I love the color.
Oh, the
Love
color.
the smell.
Okay, now that it's gone up your nose, this is hun.
What? Oh, is it color?
That's great.
This one actually has a color scheme. I just transformed my wife into Bozo the Clown live on YouTube.
You look like Miranda Sting.
Oh man. It smells.
It doesn't give you a warning. There's no warning.
It smells like a flavored balm, but I wouldn't say cherry or vanilla spring to mind. Okay, definitely. It looks like Diana's been into the Kool-Aid, if you know what I mean. She's been drinking too much. She's got the Kool-Aid mustache there. Ian Clay asks, how do I upgrade my next desktop computer? I'm putting this question in to humor him. The funny thing is, I actually demoed a Next PC, a Next computer, on my classic YouTube channel. You can watch it. I did with Roberto from Throwboy. He brought his Next machine. We booted it up, and I actually got to play with the Next PC. Or, well, would have been the precursor to what would be OS X, but a PC for all intents and purposes. So I did get to play with one. The next step for the next computer would be the next Mac, because OS X kind of drew a little bit of inspiration from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we should tell everyone that Jedi's in this phase where she wants Daddy, like a
I
lot.
don't think so.
She wants you a lot.
Well, yeah, but she's always liked being around me because I'm the fun one.
Yeah, I am the one who changes diapers and mean stuff.
That mean stuff. She makes you dry and happy. That's so mean. Did you get wiped?
Yeah.
Okay.
mhm.
Next, what about Crystal Gravy? I was going to mention that. There was a Saturday, an SNL skit. Okay.
I just caught what that meant. Okay.
Yes, it was a Saturday Night Live take on Crystal Pepsi. They did a Crystal Gravy, which is basically like corn syrup.
Oh,
I'm guessing that was
I remember that
before
one as well.
I could watch TV, so I'm sure that I missed out on that one too.
Oh.
Funny. Yeah, I remember Crystal Gravy, but I love Crystal Pepsi. It would not be any good these days. But it'd be old. You don't want that. You don't want old stuff. Okay.
It's vintage.
Vintage. Well, I don't want vintage cola. Okay. Have you ever had Moxie before?
No.
It's a vintage cola. Well, vintage in the sense that it's older, but they've remade it. Like you can get fresh Moxie. It's actually good.
Well, let's get it.
Okay.
Let's try it.
All right. It's good. All right,
Never
baby.
heard it.
I'll hold her here in a second because I do wonder if she wants me to hold her. Sunny Side Up 747 says, it seems like so many family vloggers are either young couples or have babies or maybe not, young children.
She doesn't want to
Do
eat.
you think there's room in the vlogging community for older vloggers with teenagers? Absolutely. In fact, if anything, if you're going to stand out, if you're going to do something different, it's a great thing. You don't have to be like everybody else. In fact, it's really bad if you're like everybody else. It's I'm not going to say it's horrific, but you got to do things differently. You know, like when you're hanging out with other vloggers who have families and their own adventures, try a lip balm at the same time.
I think it's a great idea because I think during that time it's a very difficult time, and if people like communicated with each other, I know my dad talks to a lot of his coworkers about teenagers, and he kind of tells them, you know, you got to get through it. It's just a phase. Like, don't worry, because they rebel during that time, and Jedi's gonna be there.
They might Imperial though, because we don't know if she's gonna rebel or Imperial.
Yeah, but if
I like it. That was good. 10 points.
Most
they give each other
impressive.
advice, I think that's a great idea.
I do too.
I'll be looking forward to that when she's a teenager.
What do you think, John?
For me, first of all, I think if you can blog while you have a kid, you can blog while you have a teenager. The thing about teenagers is that they have a mind of their own. So if they're not into vlogging, you may just have to do it on your own.
Yeah, that'll be tough.
What about you, Randy?
Well, Sunny Side Up is a friend of mine. That's Mary. What's up, Mary? I think that everyone has an audience. Everyone has a community. And I think that if you have teenagers and you start vlogging, that is not, like the other two have said, that's not a determining factor. I mean, it may be something that adds to the story, but in reality, what vlogging is, in my opinion, telling a story. It's talking about your experiences and connecting with other people who have similar experiences and finding support through that. And if you look at it through the eyes of someone with a teenager, well, if you think about it, Shay Carl, who's is going to start having teenagers pretty soon within the next couple of years, it's not like people are going to just drop off because he's got teenagers. You know, it's because people are interested in their story. And I think that if you have an interesting story, people will watch. They love stories. I love stories. I'll watch. Believe me, Mary, I'll watch.
The strange thing is that vlogging is I mean, even in carving out the video into a separate channel, it's the thing that has the longest amount of legs out of anything that we're doing on a more regular basis. So I'm happy to do it, but it's that. Yeah, I agree. It's the story. To continue our story, we have Mountain Dew Code Red. Which, did you like this?
I do. I love this. Yeah.
Okay, this.
Oh, and by the way,
Smells
Jedi
different.
is teething, so that's why she is very fussy.
She's not too fussy right now.
No, not
She's in a pretty good mood.
It's red.
Careful,
again.
it may turn your lip red, baby. What about vlogging? Podcast question for everyone. When do you think vlogging will become mainstream? When A-list celebrity becomes a vlogger, or when TV starts advertising it? You know, I think celebrities value their privacy, so I don't know if I'd see a lot of celebrities going that route.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think any celebrity would want to draw even more attention to their personal lives. If they did start a vlogging channel, it would probably be more of a publicity.
I'm sorry, I think I need to mute for just a
No,
second.
it's okay. I just want to make sure it's not us. I'm like, because I didn't know we had a baby in here.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had the monitor right here.
Yeah, you
My
should.
wonderful wife is.
Don't worry. Come on, we get it.
We get it.
And Randy, I'm just telling you, you keep trying, you keep doing it, because I believe in you. But let me tell you, there are fun moments that you will have eventually with these bundles of joy, and you are
Sure.
joy. So Code, honestly, out of all those, that's my favorite.
Me too, so far. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that.
It's got the most amount of flavor.
Mm-hmm. It gives it a hint of that Code Red, I feel like.
Well, I don't know. I never really had Code Red.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
You know what we should? This is what we should do. We should do a blind. I'll do it. Do we do this as a show and tell or CPU?
Yes.
A blind Mountain Dew tasting.
I would know them all.
I think that's what we could do. We
That's
how'd
a good idea.
How'd the Oreos one do? We did that video. How'd that one do?
I didn't.
Yeah. Well, we did it in the vlog.
Yeah.
But the CPU, I don't know how that
But
did.
that's a good idea. We'll do that.
Bears6 asks, will you guys vlog until you meet the grave, or will you stop in your middle years? I don't really plan on stopping anytime soon necessarily. So I'm down for the long haul right now. That may change.
Yeah, I would say the same here. Anna and I just love what has happened since we started vlogging. So if anything were to change, it may be the frequency or maybe the length. If things were to get hectic, if we suddenly had 5 kids, like some people do when they vlog, I think maybe things would slow down a little bit or something. But who knows? That would be the only change I can see, at least for now. But who knows? Future. It's mysterious.
I think I might slow it down a little bit, or there's different ways that there's so many different ways to approach a vlog. I think a lot of people think you have to have it at your face and you have to just kind of, this is what we're doing today and we're going to go eat lunch and that's it. Like, I think that we're in like phase 2 of vlogging, like phase 2 of television with like variety shows. So like, who knows what phase 3 of vlogging will be like? It may look completely different in a year. So I think that as it evolves, there's going to be, there's going to be a different way to do it. That if you don't want to do it this, you can do it another way. I think for me, I'm in it for. I have at least a 6-year plan.
Wow. I don't have a plan.
I don't either.
I plan on doing it until Jedi says, and it may happen. Jedi may come forward and say, I don't want to do this. I mean, it could happen, or she wants to dig in deep and she says, I want to review toys. I want to talk about the news. I'm not putting a voice in her mouth. I'm just saying I don't want to do that for her like I do for the dog. She will eventually be able to talk for herself. She is the happiest baby on YouTube, though. I think we need to. We are the reigning champions, and Nicole Wiseman, I think, would agree. But the next point that Nathan Alvarez was making. He was basically in the same mindset. He says that he doesn't know that vlogging needs to be mainstream. It'd be cool if traditional media accepted it. They kind of do with reality shows, but reality shows are produced. I think the growth of the internet, it's got its own space. I wish we had. I mean, I'm very happy with how we're vlogging. I wish we were more adventurous people, but we're just not. So,
But maybe when she gets older. I mean,
we'll probably do more exploring and more things out and about once we have, when she's ready.
Yeah.
Like going to zoos and aquariums and museums.
I think this summer will be a good time.
And the Star Wars theme park and stuff. She gets really excited when I talk about that. Like, it's a thing. I told her about it, and she freaked out. And she was like, I said, it's not just a part of Disneyland. It's like, it's going to be its own theme park. She's like, just like that. She couldn't even breathe. She was so excited. Nicole Wiseman asks, as someone who works in the field of working with networks on social media, they aren't looking to YouTube for content in blogger form just yet. She said it's slowly going to adding YouTube as a platform that you use, which is true. So that wasn't really a question, but Nicole's got perspective. This is Mountain Dew Whiteout.
Oh, I like the color.
Well, it's because you like me, and I am about as white as it comes. And
I think that makes sense, though, that she's saying that they aren't looking for vlogger form yet, because if you think about it as far as business or marketing goes, it's really hard to market day-to-day life of people that people don't really know about. So, of course, they're going to go after the beauty gurus or the makeup gurus. I guess that's the same thing. But the other people who do videos that actually are topical or have marketable value. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. But, by the way, Whiteout tastes... that smells more like cotton candy. I'm done with that one. Chuck that in the trash.
It's got fuzz on it, yeah.
I'm done. That was actually decent, too.
They're very creamy. All of them are
Well,
very
it's wax.
creamy.
I wouldn't say creamy. I'd say waxy.
No, not all of them.
They're waxy. They're waxy.
Some of them are kind of.
Hun, one of the big ingredients is Karanuba wax.
I love it.
That's a good one.
That is, I like the color.
That's a good one. That smells like cotton candy.
I like the taste. I like the smell.
What about vlogging podcast question for everyone? I have a podcast, but I don't think anybody listens. I mean, I guess they kind of listen to it, but I don't know. I think we'll do a father-daughter podcast when she's ready. Doing one right now, beautiful for her. So, YouTube.
Bienvenidos a the Pirillo Vlogs.
That was that one. Buffer Festival, yes, in Canada. I went there. It's
I want
cool.
to go to Canada so bad.
We'll go to Vancouver when she's ready for it.
Yes.
I was telling somebody the other night that Buffer Festival is actually closer to me than any of the Playlist Lives or VidCon.
Well, each event has its own personality, and you go to one for a different reason than you might go to another. It's one of the reasons why, I mean, Vlogger Fair fits in. I think it still fits in. It's filling a niche, and even Gnome Decks for the geekier, nerdy people. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I think that we just got back from Playlist, actually, and I could give you my impression of the majority of Playlist if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah, please.
Sounds familiar.
Teenage girls? Is it? So you in like a few years?
Sorry for anyone's audio that I just probably capped, but I had to get that out.
Okay, I did have headphones.
I will say at one point, there were a bunch of girls who started screaming and running, and we were all like, "Oh goodness, who's here?" And we looked around the corner, and several girls had just started running towards a trash can and screaming at the trash can, and it attracted like how many more, but a good group more girls. They all ran towards the trash can and had no clue.
How maniacal.
Bizarre. Sunny Side Up comes again with, do you think a vlogger needs to know branding, editing, etc. right from the start, or grow from basic videos? Dude, I'm still learning stuff. I'm still trying to do things better, and I don't do things perfectly. Like this Hangout. I don't have very good lights in front of me. I've been asking, not this unboxing John, but another John, to help me find some kind of desktop, like soft lights, or soft boxes to use specifically for these Hangouts, because otherwise there's a massive amount of noise that you get in the shot, and I'm not set up for it right now. I'm not a producer. As many as I do, how many videos? Okay, so we got CPU behind the scenes, the Q&A, TLDR, the vlog, CPU edited, and then now the show and tell. 6 videos a day. Yeah. And
and then my video.
And then Diana's once a week. So I don't know a lot about video production. I just do it. Or I figure out how to get it done. So like John edits the CPU stuff. I edit the vlogs. I'm editing the show and tell stuff. This is one of the reasons why I do live, because it's easier for me. It tends to be a bit long form. It wouldn't work for a vlogging format, but ultimately I could look back at some of the videos I did years ago and go, it was horrible, but I did it. It's like I uploaded to my Facebook page today, the Great Indoorsman Goes Outdoors, and I did that on a crappy Creative Vado HD camera, but it worked. And years later, it's barely HD, but it told the story. I thought it was one of the better videos I ever did, one of the more humorous ones. It got a fair amount of traction, but you just jump in. That's my point. Just jump in. You might get better over time. You might get worse. Everyone's got a different perspective, but I say don't wait until you know more. Just do it.
Yes, just start right there.
Nobody picks up a camera and points it at their face and has any idea what they're doing.
No.
I mean, it's not a skill that you learn in any other situation. So the best way to learn is to do it. And if you upload it and it's awful, do another, and maybe it'll be less awful. And if it's that awful, you can put it to private for a little while.
I think out of the two, holding off because you don't know what you're doing, or not starting sooner is going to be your biggest regret. It really would. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's just so much that you lose if you wait. I wish that Anna and I had been vlogging when we went on our honeymoon, because how amazing would that footage have been. That was 3 years ago, sure, and we've only been vlogging for a year now, but still, if we would have started then, those memories would have been with us in a much more, I guess, permanent form than just us recalling it. Which we all know.
Here's my thing. When my daughter Ella was born in 2010, that January, I picked up a camera and I recorded videos to her for when she's older on a Kodak ZI6. YouTube didn't enter into it. I uploaded to Facebook to my friends. But if I had started in 2010, I would not have the number of followers I have today, even just by default.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no time like the present.
We started
That's right.
kind of on our honeymoon, right?
No, it was a visit to a casino.
Right after we got married.
Oh yeah, it was after we were married. Yeah, it's your fault. I still would blame you for
I
this.
know.
Go ahead.
Nothing.
What?
That's my fault.
No, I'm not saying it's your fault.
No, I'm
but
saying that I didn't know it was going to turn out like this. I didn't know I was going to be in the vlog so much. I don't like being in front of the camera, FYI.
It just boggles the mind. How could you say, Chris, you need to vlog about your life?
Because
Oh, I
I thought it
won't
was
be
going
in
to be
it.
you.
But this is what's so great about,
I didn't get involved.
you know, Chris is one thing that's interesting, and Diane is one thing that's interesting. But Chris and Diane and their interactions, that's like 4 times as it's squared.
Oh, I'm square, all right. We just tried the Diet Pepsi, and it smells like jasmine tea, and it tastes like jasmine tea, and I don't like jasmine tea at all.
Yeah, it's very strong, and
Like a flower.
I hate diet drinks. Like, ugh.
Well, what do you think about the Coca-Cola, the green, the Life?
It wasn't too bad. It left a tiny bit of an aftertaste.
It wasn't so bad. Having the second one, I actually liked it.
Really?
They sweeten it with cane sugar and stevia, or an extract from the stevia leaf.
Yeah.
And I've had Zevia Cola before, and I like that. I don't drink a lot of sodas.
See, even the stevia colors.
Stevia has an aftertaste.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I just like regular, even cane sugar, like Mexican Coke. I love Mexican.
You know what this smells like? You're not gonna believe it. This is this color, like a highlight yellow. This is Mountain Dew, classic Mountain Dew. Woo! You know what it smells like? And I'm not joking. I am not joking. Lizzie,
Oh no. What does it smell like?
it smells like Flarp. It smells like Flarp.
No flarping, no flarping, no flarping. This is a family-friendly event. No flarping. And then I go back on mute.
I don't think you would have done it unless you said don't do it.
Put that on your lips.
It smells like Flarp, dude.
Does.
It totally smells like Flarp.
Man, come on, dude.
I think we got to everybody there. Ian Clay asks, it's amazing seeing 18-year-olds who play PS4 games investing their YouTube cash in property in Lamborghini-ness and eyes. Is that a thing? Lamborghinis?
That is the plural form of Lamborghini, I believe.
Oh, Lamborghini. Lamborghini. I don't know. I have a Darth Vader Hot Wheels car.
I think it's pronounced Lamborghini.
Is there much... Are you ready, baby? Are you ready for mommy? Oh, you got a squatchies. Is there that much cash out there to earn from YouTube? The answer is no.
No. Is there that much cash to earn from any business anywhere in the world?
It takes an incredible amount of everything to be able to do it, and even I think it was Hank Green wrote this up on Medium a few months ago. You can no longer, the day and age of you can do an indie, you can go at it on your own, you've got the talking head thing, you got your own perspective, but carving out that niche anymore, I mean, there's so many elements that have to be in perfect alignment for it to work anymore. Even if you worked hard, even if you had amazing videos that you produced, it doesn't make it. This is why you see a lot of vloggers doing T-shirts and other wacky stuff. I mean, just if only for revenue sources, because you can't. And even YouTube's doing terms of service policies, and I've talked about ad revenues. Ad revenues don't pay the bills for most people because you need a massive amount of views, and I mean massive. I mean, what really, really works are things beyond advertising. Unfortunately, a lot of people who don't have the experience of doing it don't, A, realize how difficult it is, even if you have everything in perfect alignment, and B, just how much those numbers are just incomplete. There's a complete disconnect between all these public numbers. Complete disconnect.
It's just tired.
Does anybody else have another response?
No, I think that what you said is exactly right. I don't think they should invest it in Lamborghinis because a car is like one of the worst investments you could ever. And I say that with quotation marks, investments, because it's not an investment. It's a tool. While sure you can have fun with that. Car is not a good way to go, but the property is pretty nice. Investing in property, but no, I don't think that. I think you're exactly right saying that there are just so many different variables to it, and especially for family bloggers trying to find that very segmented group of people that are loyal and will watch you and grow that is extremely tough, if not sort of not impossible now, but it's really hard without help. Really, really hard. Discoverability with family vlogging is they're kind of oxymoronic, in my opinion. Because no one, if you name a video something like, here's a perfect example. Colin and Katie are friends of ours that live in this city that we live in as well, and they had a video called Beach Prank Scare or something, in which Colin like had a fake snake at the beach and he like dragged it in front of some girls from the ocean, and people clicked on it. It kind of went viral because everyone was wanting to see this hilarious prank at the beach. But then it turns out it's a vlog, and it's 10 minutes long. No one wants to watch that because it's 10 minutes long. They want to see a prank that's a minute long. And so that just goes back to what I was saying about just vlogs are just not very discoverable within the huge audiences.
No, that's true. No, Randy, but that's exactly why. Because I'll like when I get something like in the vlog or something, I'll like, oh, look, I got this, and oh, like for example, these lip balms, which by the way, number 10 is actually a repeat. It's actually Wild Cherry Pepsi, so there's only 9 to try. Even though
that's lame.
So, yeah, so I was like, this tastes a lot like the other one. I'm like, that's because it is. Didn't have much flavor to begin with, and I got to try it again. Yay! So, yeah, it's that ongoing challenge of connecting with community and also figuring out, well, how, what do you want to share for that day, and you're going to care. And I went off about talking about Star Wars something the other day that I was fascinated by, and I realized at the end of it, I'm like, no one else cares. So I said it. I'm like, I think I just put everybody to sleep, because I'm like, I don't think anybody else cares. No one who is interested in that topic is going to find that video because it's buried within, a greater story of who we are as family. And but the nice thing is people will latch onto that, so that over time people know that I collect Darth Vader things, or that I like Star Wars, or that I like bacon and beer and wine and coffee and all these things that aren't any one thing but just a part of me and my cult of personality. The vlog helps engage with that at a deeper level, and this is what we're trying to do with what I've been trying to do, is that other complement. The other half is less about the story about our family and more about like the I don't think we're going to do a separate video on the lip balm, but the Darth Vader, Darth Vader USB AC adapter thing. So I'll be showing this in the vlog just briefly. I'm like, it's a Darth Vader. Look, I can charge USB devices with Darth Vader and his eyes glow red. But then I did a separate video about it as well. It took just a little bit of time, and I'll edit it down to a few minutes so that if people are searching for a way to awesomely charge their USB devices, they'll find it, and then they'll latch on more and more and more and realize there's a bigger story that's being told.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's the key. That's why we're starting to share our TTC, of course, that whole journey. But I'm actually going to start my own channel and kind of have topical videos on there that are more discoverable. Things that I want to talk about, not necessarily rant, but just get off my chest, and that I can name the vlog that and not feel guilty and be seen as clickbait or something. And maybe some reviews of products I love, kind of like what you're doing. But I just feel like that's the only way the majority of people are actually going to discover you uniquely, and not through someone saying, hey, go check out Randy and Anna or something,
Kind of.
Yeah.
John, do you have a different perspective or same perspective?
Well, Oh wow. Well, I'm trying to figure which question we're answering here. The thing I know is like there are some people that are like big celebrity vloggers. You know, there's a couple out there that they vlog. I know they get about 4,000 views a day. So if you do the basic, the very conservative CPM figure, that's about $4 a day.
It sucks.
So yeah, but for somebody like my perspective, like that would be an amazing amount of views. So yeah, you kind of have to. There's someone in the comments that's saying John knows all about clickbait. I jokingly made one of my titles. I asked Samika Vlogs for clickbait. Watch what happens next.
Yeah.
I saw that.
It's Sam going like this, and then another person that was in the Hangout raised his shirt.
Yeah, I saw that one.
But yeah, I mean, it goes back to that thing. If people are doing YouTube because they want to make money, they're going to be sorely disappointed. You got to do it because you enjoy it. It's going to drive you nuts if you're doing it because you want people to praise you.
Yep.
I agree wholeheartedly.
You know, it's also very it's difficult when you do YouTube videos or the type of YouTube videos. Vlogging's easy. I've never had an easier time with doing anything than vlogging. The challenge is, as Randy said, it's the discoverability. If no one has any idea who I am, they're not going to watch my vlog. They don't care. And I'm just not interested in a lot of what some people might want me to be interested in. So, like, my fascination with technology is at a completely, substantially different level than, you know, what other people who might be covering that genre are doing. Like, I just don't care. I care, but at a completely different level.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it's I'm at the stage now where I'm actually looking to keep connected with the same audience, the same community, but also expand that from where it's been in the past. And it's this chasm that I've been in for quite some time.
Yeah, I was watching actually one of your previous hangouts that you did, and you just mentioned that you would love to just do the vlogging full time, and I feel your pain there because it's easy, but it's fun and like it's a true passion. You know, it's a lot of fun to just sit there and connect with people and be able to turn on the camera and say, hey guys, this is how I'm feeling today. And I'd love for you, and like in our audience, we just say, I'd like for you to pray for me because I'm feeling like this or blah, blah, blah. I need help with that. And people respond, you know, and that's just so great. And it's honestly one of the coolest things we've ever done. I don't know why I got off on that tangent. Sorry.
We're done with the lip balm. We have nothing but tangents. A couple more questions, then we'll probably start winding down here. Minifigure Collector asks, what Lego minifigure is the favorite out of Series 13? I like the Hot Dog guy, but the Cthulhu clone is kind of neat because it's a unique headpiece. Hot Dog guy is the standout for me, if only because of the piece. It's kind of fun. The unicorn was different too. I rather appreciated that. I'm kind of tired of seeing, honestly, as much as I like space stuff, seeing these space fighters, whatever you want to call them. The monsters have kind of been played, you know, royalty. There's another king. It's nice to have compliments. So, like in this series, they had the female ogre and the female disco lover to complement their male counterparts. That is kind of neat. I appreciate that, but those aren't the ones. It was unique the first time, so the second time it's kind of like, you know, I like the hot dog guy. Hot dog's my favorite. Am I the only one here who cares about Lego stuff?
No, I just Googled it. I could pretend like I know, but I like the guy with the big robe and the flaming scepter. I hope that's not the
evil wizard guy. I just did a video. Actually, I'm surprised you missed it, Minifigure Collector. I just did a CPU episode that was out yesterday. You knew the answer. He was baiting me. The funny rats are here. Hey, Lane. He says, that's my hardest thing, is building that community. Do you guys have any tips for building a community? You know, with vlogging, it's different. I think I had a lot of that community built in. And here's the weird thing. Like, we, for the longest time, I would say we had just an amazing connection with our community, and they left us. I will say that. A great majority of who I thought was my community left us because for the longest time, the dynamic was Diana and myself. And then Baby comes along, and it's a completely different world. It's a completely different life, and they left. That's the only explanation I have. I had to change. I became a father. That's my new role. So I'm stuck with needing to find not a different community, but to expand the community horizons without necessarily, leaving people behind. It's not that I left them; they left me. And I don't blame people for that, because if you don't feel that they identify with me as a person anymore because I am more than who they are, it doesn't surprise me at all. But I think a good majority of my community just kind of took off. So that's difficult to explain. It's different once you've established something and you're going with it and you don't change. But that kind of change, especially with vlogging, I think could be not disastrous, but it could really change how people perceive you. But it's also one of the reasons why I'd rather connect with people who actually care about me as a person, not just my shared interest about something. Maybe how I approach things. But it takes a long time to build, and it takes repetition, and it takes connection, and it takes connection. Go ahead.
Consistency, don't you think?
Yeah.
And I think it takes consistency on a lot of different levels too. One area that this is kind of weird to admit, but like I've been struggling with is I used to be really great at responding to comments a lot more than I do now. And I think one reason is because, life doesn't slow down at all. And when there's more of something in one area, it has to decrease in another area. And honestly, I just need to schedule a time every day that I'm like, all right, this is for these next 30 minutes, I'm going to focus in on these comments and just talk back with people and grow closer to them in that respect, in that way. I think maybe also another way to look at building community is to branch out into other social networks as well, maybe areas that you haven't thought about. There's a lot of people on Vine, there's a lot of people on Instagram, there's tons of people on Facebook, and my Facebook group is just not anything close to my other social network groups, and I think that is a short sight in my community. I feel like I could build that up more by doing some best practices that you could Google, I'm sure, and connecting on there.
I think it's there's no one answer. There's no single answer. It's just trying, seeing what works. If it works, go with it, flow with it, and recognize when you can keep trying until something works and works better. And even
but if it doesn't work, then stop and
right. Well, it's not so much as it doesn't work. It's like if it's not working for you, if it's not like. If not just too much work, if it's just not the effort that you're putting into it, you're not seeing from it. Like, so you're talking about Facebook. Like, we uploaded in my classic YouTube channel, which has had like tons of different types of videos. I'm trying the show and tell thing. I just spun that up. We really started yesterday. I've got like 10 in the can for my super nomies, my patrons. Everyone's one of my nomies if you're in my community. But I put it on YouTube, and it was just kind of like it was a solid video. It was good. It was a taste test, and yeah, I might get some views on YouTube, and it might convert, but it's not going to get any amount of views because the audience isn't there. So I took the same video and put it on Facebook, and it has like 5 times the amount of views. So what would be what's keeping me from just doing it on Facebook? Well, number one, $2 is better than nothing. And unfortunately, YouTube owns the playing field as far as a lot of that stuff goes, and that may change. And I don't care. I mean, I care about YouTube, but YouTube isn't my business. I can't count on them to be able to do everything for me. No way, no how. No, bad.
Did a cross-platform promotion. Did something on Facebook, started it, then stopped and said, "Hey guys, this is kind of a lengthy video, so if you want to see more, click the link down below." And then on the YouTube, which, by the way, you can put as unlisted, just be like, "What's up? Welcome back to the video. Let's get started. If you like more of this, go ahead and hit subscribe, because this is where I'm going to do this."
John, did you have anything?
Well, nothing that I'm sure that Lane doesn't already know, because I know Lane is much more established than I am. For me, I think the most that I've benefited is having genuine interaction with people. I've had a lot of people lately that have commented on my videos that I've been able to give them honest replies to their comments and to go look at their videos. And maybe they don't have the greatest videos in the world. Some of them are awesome. But to always put in genuine, not heartfelt, but like I'm actually watching what they say, and you go put comments on their videos. There's a few people that do it like the wrong way. You see them comment on like every single video, and it's always anyways. I don't need to get into that, but you can tell when a person has watched a video as opposed to when they're like, okay, now compliment something in the first 10 seconds and move along.
Yes, I agree completely. I agree.
So always be honest and always be eager to, I know there's some people like Shay Carl could never get into his own comment section.
No. He can, but like he's only got a certain amount of time he can stay there before his health points drop to 0.
We've got I know there are a few more questions, and I don't know if I can answer like half of them. I don't know if anybody could. So I'm trying to carve it down. A simple response to Red Vlogs. He says, so is Chris saying that Lamborghini money is nearly impossible, or sustainability is nearly impossible on YouTube ad revenue? Yes, that's exactly what we're saying. Anybody who says otherwise doesn't know his ass or her ass from her elbow. Okay, quick one-word response. Pete Brown asks, what's everybody's favorite video editor? Final Cut Pro 10?
iOS, iMovie.
Adobe Premiere.
So the last question that I thought I'd address here at least, from Bears S6, even though Derek11 said they may have had difficulty accepting you're an actual father and not solely a geek guru, I wouldn't go that far necessarily. I just, it's like I can't blame myself for the position I'm in because it's my life. So the only other response is there was just I lost that identity that I had, that I thought we had a connection with those people. Didn't have any connection at all. It was fake. That because I have no other way of explaining it. When someone's life changes, and you just eschew that what was the connection? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I didn't. I mean, yes, I became a father. I took on another role, but I'm still very much Chris. That did not change. Chris did not change. Chris took on different responsibilities. Chris is doing different things. Chris has different things going on in his life. But Chris himself did not change. Chris did not lose himself in that. He became a father. He accepted another role. So if someone didn't accept me for Chris Pirillo, I'm sorry, but they were never a part of anything that I would call a community, personally, with the vlogs specifically.
Preach.
What's that?
I said preach.
Yeah, hallelujah. Okay, so I had to address that. Bear6 asks, and this will be the cap here. Does it ever get annoying having to put a camera in front of you every day? Have you ever considered taking a week off of vlogging? I'll let Randy or John, you take it.
Honestly, it doesn't get annoying. What gets annoying is realizing you went through the whole day because you didn't do much that day and you didn't vlog as much as you do other days. And so you're like thinking, oh man, how am I going to get 10 minutes out of today when it's about 10 o'clock at night and I've got maybe 3 minutes of footage worth, which I know is going to go down to about 2.5 minutes after I cut stuff out. And then you think, well, I guess I'll just talk for a little bit about how I feel. And that's just what you do. That's my only annoyance. And I would never take a week off at this point just because it's so much fun. It gives me energy. It doesn't drain my energy as much as it gives me that much more energy.
For me, the answer is yes and yes. But if it's annoying me, I don't do it. Or I use it as an outlet to stop being annoyed. Usually I find if I'm annoyed at the camera, it's really not the camera that's so annoying. It's usually
so
something
deep.
else. Yeah. It's like, it's like if I come home and I get angry at my wife, Lauren, it's probably not her fault.
Write that down.
Yeah. And I have taken a week off of vlogging, and I've regretted it at times. It's like, for instance, we didn't want to show our Christmas presents to our kids on the vlog because, Well, this year wasn't that much. Next year it may be more. I never want to hurt somebody's feelings by watching a vlog, and I there's some things I leave out. So I'm trying to stick to Monday to Friday, but at the same time, I don't feel bad if I get 4 up, I'm good. I know that goes against all the rules of consistency and all that, but I'm trying to be good rather than be consistent, and it's hard.
Yeah, there are times that I'll get midway through the day, I'm like, I gotta start. The hardest part is just starting. Sometimes, like, I got nothing to say, I got nothing, But every day, inevitably, we figure something out, and then I edit like hell. Like at the end of the night, my nights, like, I hope to watch Agent Carter tonight before going to bed. This is the season 1 finale. I'm kind of excited for it. It's like I talked in TLDR today about that. House of Cards, can't wait for that. This Friday, I've like, don't bother me all weekend. The vlog is going to suck. With season 3 coming out on House of Cards, and then what else? Like Rebels season 1 finale on Monday or Tuesday, and then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. spins up again here in the next couple of weeks. So it's like, those are the days that, I want to take time for me too, and I can't always pick up the camera or remember to pick up the camera, but I do when I can, and try to keep just the moments that I think are worth sharing. It doesn't annoy me as much as I think it annoys Diana, but as she said, she's not really she's not into the camera stuff. She's not into a lot of stuff she got pulled into. Any other things to say, folks, before we close her out?
Thank you for having me here today. This is awesome. Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, it really has been a blast, and it's just great to be able to talk to you, Chris, and Liz, and John. It's great to talk to you again. It's been a blast. I like it.
Well, I was a little disappointed that we didn't talk about more Star Wars stuff, but
man, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I said a little more.
Oh. Okay, hold on, wait. I'll tell you this. This is the nerdiest thing I did when I was younger. I started writing out the entire dialogue to episode 6 when I was in 2nd grade. That's pretty nerdy.
I'm there with you.
I didn't go that far.
I got sick in the 7th grade, and I ended up at home, and I watched the original One Last Time VHS trilogy every single day in its entirety. This is before iPhones, so I'm not like sitting there like this and like, oh yeah, movie's on, No, I am, boom, right there.
Glued to it.
Now I feel better. We talked a little more about Star Wars. Okay, folks, thanks for tuning in. Everyone's links are in this video description, including the link for the tweet that had the lip balms and stuff, so you can get all that. Everyone's Twitter handles should be in the title of this particular video, so that's the easiest. That's why I do that. Plus, if you like this video, it'll go onto the Twitter account, and then the username will pop up, which is kind of cool. That's why I put the at usernames there. Even though I probably figure out how to do more, but I think it's about as much as I can possibly do right now.
Oh, and stay tuned for Vlogger Fair news sooner than later.
Coming soon, yes, to a theater near you. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And at this point, we're going to leave you to your own devices.